No, I don't know if I've asked y'all. Does anybody know sometimes when I video this, it turns it sideways? So when I put it on there,
I went to your website and I was looking at it.
I don't know why it does that. I do it the same way every time. I don't know why. Does anybody know what makes it do that? All right, if you ever know, figure it out. Tell me. Command economy. We've done this already. What is a command economy?
It's like where the government has control.
Communism. Government makes the decisions. Government control. It is centralized decision making. Look at that. I do have dyslexia. That was supposed to be centralized. COE. Centralized decision making. In a command economy, the government makes the decisions and it goes out and impacts everything else. All decisions are centralized. In a market economy, who's in control?
People, businesses.
Individual control.
That's what I meant to say.
You said it. Decentralized decisions. You've got businesses and individuals that are making decisions. And they're impacted by each other's decisions, and they can switch and change and react. Their businesses and individuals are able to react to situations. Can you react in a communist country?
No.
No, the government's doing the decision.
No.
All right. What's the next thing there?
What is the most important features of the market economy?
I think I've told you this already. I want to go into more detail. What is that? What's the most important part of capitalism?
Individual thinking or the acting.
Choice and competition. Choice allows businesses to decide things. It also allows consumers to decide things. Businesses can decide, what am I going to do? What are we going to offer? Consumers can decide, what are we going to buy? What does that have to do with competition?
Wherever is the best prices for the best stuff.
Or the best stuff. So businesses are making decisions based on their competition. With competition, consumers are able to make decisions. And it has to do with either do I buy this thing, or do I buy the cheapest thing or not? So if there's no choice, we have no power. There's no competition. Things ain't good. What they say? Anything cool? No. What's next?
What is the market?
Oh, the market. All right. 20 years ago, where would the market be? Now, I will tell you, market is anywhere buying and selling takes place. That's the market. Wherever there's buying and selling. So where would you go to a market?
Walmart.
You go to a place, a building, right? today do you have to go to a building
No.
to be involved in the market? No. Anywhere buying and selling is taking place is a market. So when they talk about the market's down, the marketplace. What's good about buying stuff on a computer?
You get discounts.
Sometimes, yeah. Is it convenient?
Yes.
Yeah. What's horrible about buying stuff on a computer?
You have
It's
to
lazy.
wait.
Being very lazy about it.
Well, you don't know what you're getting. That's what I hate. I like going to touch and feel and see. All right, I'm buying this thing. But then it's like if you buy it on a computer, a lot of times you get it and it's not what you thought it was. Or if it's clothes, it's the wrong size or the wrong color. And it's almost impossible to trade it in. If you get to go to the store, you can pick and choose and see and walk out with what you really want. I do like ordering stuff, the convenience of it, and being able to see stuff that you maybe couldn't see. Like especially if you live like in Montana or Alney, Texas, or somewhere like that. It's easy, you can see everything that you couldn't see in real life. But I hate the inconvenience of getting the wrong thing. So is that everybody cool with that? Marketplace. Now we're on the 5 characteristics.
Yes.
Okay. First characteristic is private property. Why is private property important in capitalism? What's the most important thing in capitalism? Choice. Can you have choice without private property?
No.
No. Because of private property, now I get to choose what I do with that. What if someone steals stuff from me? If nobody does anything about it, is there private property?
Wait, what do you mean?
If I get stuff stolen from me and nobody does anything about it, is there private property? No, it's public property. If someone does something about it and these rights are protected, now we have private property. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If the government does not protect private property, we don't have private property. We don't get to make choices. If somebody just walk into my store and take whatever they want, we don't have capitalism anymore. So you have to have private property so you can make the choices. And those rights have to be protected by the government. Man, y'all are quieter than second period.
Is that saying something?
Mia Cadell's the loudest person there.
Whoa.
Next is limited government. In capitalism, why does the government need to be limited? What'd you say?
So there is choice.
Right. If the government is not limited, we don't get to make the choices. The more power the government has, the less choice we have. The more limited the government has, the more choice we have. What goes hand in hand with choice?
Freedom.
Consequences.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Was there consequences to the way the Texas government had been handling our electrical systems?
Yeah.
Yes, there were. Y'all know today is the day that I think that QAnon finally ends. What's that group called?
QAnon.
Yeah, they finally end today. So I think this is the last day. They said today's the day that Trump will be the president. Why March 4th?
March 4th, like, what's going on also?
We mentioned March 4th last semester when we did the amendments. The 20th amendment. March 4th. What's the 20th amendment and March 4th have to do with each other?
Oh, the old inauguration.
Old inauguration day. Today's the old inauguration day. So this little cult has decided today's the day that Trump's actually going to be the real president. So when we go to bed tonight, wake up in the morning, every day they keep moving the goalposts, and so we'll see. Maybe they'll finally figure out. Well, we weren't right. Third, see them together. Voluntary. I'm gonna put competition first. Competition, consumer sovereignty. What's sovereignty mean? Something has sovereignty, has control. Huh? So with competition, that's what gives consumers control over the economy. How does competition give us control over the economy?
Make prices for stuff.
It has to do with demand. It all comes down to demand. If you're standing in line buying something, it's in your hand, and you're fixing to pay for it, can you say this is too expensive?
Yes.
You can say it.
Say it, but you're buying it. So it's not too expensive. If it's too expensive, you ain't buying it. So our demand keeps prices lower. Or it raises prices. How does our demand raise prices?
On how much people want that item.
If we're buying it, prices can go up. And if we keep buying it, prices will go up. If we stop buying it, prices go down. So we do have some say so over the price. What if you at a grocery store and somebody walks in and says, "Y'all got any of that Higgly Higgly soup?" The guy goes, "No." And then 5 minutes later, somebody else comes up and says, "Hey, y'all got any of that Higgly Higgly soup?" No. If 20 people ask him that day for this new soup, what's he probably going to have the next week?
Single
He'll have that new soup. If there's enough demand for it, it's probably going to get offered. This vaccine deal. The pharmaceutical companies have never done anything like this, and never been able to create something this fast. Don't know if that's good or bad. I have no opinion of it. Why were they able to do that? The demand. And because of the demand, the resources were put into this like never before, and they were able to come up with it. So with the prices and products, we have some say-so, a lot of say-so over the economy, if it's a capitalist economy. And that competition, that's where that comes from, because companies are competing with each other. They want business. They want you to buy my stuff and not their stuff. Voluntary exchange. This is gonna bother some of y'all. Like that better. What's voluntary mean?
You good?
You mean you do it on your own?
I have never seen Mayo's face. Wow. Now if you ever commit a crime, I can pick you out of the lineup now.
Yeah.
But, what'd you say, Alex?
Voluntary, we do it on our own.
On our own, free will. We don't have to. If I go to a store, what does the store have?
Food.
They got stuff, right?
Goods.
Store has stuff. What do I have if I'm walking, well, what should I have if I'm walking around the store?
Money.
Got money. What does the store want? The
Money.
store wants our money. What do we want?
Their product.
We want their stuff. And we gladly give our money for this stuff, and they gladly take the money and give us the stuff. That makes it a voluntary exchange.
Where everybody's happy.
You don't have to buy things. Okay, well, you're not forced into it. You choose to buy this thing. Does the government force us to buy car insurance, automobile insurance?
Yes.
Alright? I'm not trying to embarrass anybody here or point anything. Is there anybody here that doesn't drive? Y'all don't buy automobile insurance, do you? You only are forced to buy automobile insurance if you choose to own a vehicle. If you don't choose to own a vehicle, you don't pay insurance. What kind do you have to buy? Liability. Does that take care of your stuff?
No.
No, it takes care of other people's stuff. So the only reason you're forced to buy automobile insurance is so you can pay for the damage you cause to other people. Your stuff doesn't get covered unless you pay for comprehensive insurance, which is way more expensive. The only thing our government has ever forced us to purchase, and in the Constitution it does say, I don't have it here, there's a little clause in there that says they can't be forced, you can't be forced to buy something. A few years ago when they passed the healthcare deal, you had to buy, if you were breathing, only if you're breathing. If you're not breathing, you didn't have to. If you're breathing, you have to have health insurance. And if not, you're gonna get a tax or a fine on your taxes. And that's why some people argue it's unconstitutional. They took the Supreme Court a couple times and never won. I think President Trump took that part out. You no longer, as of now, have to purchase healthcare insurance if you don't want to. But that's the only time that I know of the government forced you to buy it. You're not forced to buy automobile insurance, only if you choose to own a vehicle. That's just part of the deal. If you're on a motorcycle, you have to wear a helmet? Yeah. Now, why? If you go out riding a car, you have to wear a seatbelt. Why?
Safety.
Safety and money. Because if you don't wear a helmet, it's going to cost a lot more, and it's going to be a lot more work for people in the hospital to try to take care of you. In a seatbelt, it's going to take a lot more resources, but we don't, now sometimes the seatbelt doesn't help, but that's the whole point behind all that kind of stuff. So that's voluntary exchange. Last thing, specialization. In a market economy, in a capitalist economy, you get to specialize. You get to choose what you do. If you're a business, you get to choose what you do, what you offer, what you provide. If you are a mechanic and you open up a car repair place, you could choose to do everything. And what's good about that? It's good about offering everything. More business. You're not limiting your business. What's bad about offering everything? You're going to have to know everything. You're going to be able to handle everything and do it pretty good. You could just, in my research, I'm going to say like 8 out of every 10 muffler shops is Chuck's Muffler Shop. I don't know why. If you just do mufflers, it limits your business. But you don't have to worry about one thing, and you get good at that. And maybe you can get a lot more business because you only concentrate on that and you're the best at it. I am not teaching math. I'm not teaching science. If I'm any good at this, it's because I love what I'm doing. This is real. Economics, government, it's real. To me, it's fun. So hopefully I do a better job at it than I would if I was teaching math or science. Math or science, I would not have fun. I would hate what I'm doing. I would hate what I'm doing, therefore you would hate what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? You can specialize. I can teach what I want. I can find the job for me. And we're going to be better at it because of that. All right. We're done.
That is really true.
No rest.
Oh,
I appreciate the donation.
it was in there.